Today we're going to talk about the forward move. Now, the forward move meaning that I have gotten myself to the top of my load. My load can be up that. My load can be a leg lift where I bring my knee to the center and then I start going back toward the pitcher. But after I load and get to a good position, a loaded position with my coil and whatever footwork that I'm going to use, there is a move back to the pitcher. That move is going to be my forward move. That forward move is a very necessary move in that it allows the time for the ball to actually travel from the pitcher's hand to you. Now it's got to travel 55 feet after the pitcher's taken his stride and release point. So it has 55 ticks of time. If distance is 1 tick each foot, it has 55 ticks of time to get to you. And where or in what position that you hit from is known as your launch position. So in those 55 ticks of time, you're going to transition from a loaded position to a launch position. And that requires the movement forward because you don't know what pitch is coming, at what speed, and at what location. So what you are about to do, you don't even know. There has to be some movement so that you have an adjustable swing. Now, not only adjustable in speed, but also adjustable in location and arm length and body moves. So the adjustment period to decide, let my eyes see the ball, is the forward move. Now, if you move too forward too much, or if you stay back and don't move forward at all, those are the two extremes. Having a move forward where I go from the top and then back to a good launch position is the key. I swing out of a launch position. I start my movement out of a loaded position. I go from load to launch, and the time between that should be those 55 ticks of time, and I need to eat that up with a forward move so that I can hurry and go if I need to, or if I need to put my foot down and keep moving because it's a pitch that is thrown at a slower pace than I was anticipating. All those adjustments are made into hit. If you don't have a forward move, that's what we're discussing today. Being able to get on the tee. Now I'm going to show in this piece me hitting this way. As I go to hit this ball here, I'm going to start swinging out in front, but I'm going to go and slide forward and get into my good position. I'm going to stretch, and then I'm going to hit the baseball. I can only hold that stretch position or that launch position for 1 or 2 of those ticks of time. I can't hold it for a long period of time, or we would just start in that launch position and try to go. But you can only hold this moment. It's just like throwing a ball. You can pull back and hold it for just 1 tick of time before you let it go. When we hit, we don't know when do I actually need to let it go. So I need to move athletically in that space of time where I think it's going to be. My anticipation and my timing is set for your hardest pitch. And then can you elongate that? Can you push your hands back more? Can you hold your hands back while the rest of your body starts to turn? So that's where the adjustability comes into play. Being able to hit a pitch coming out of a machine that you know is the same speed every time, you don't need anything other than sit still and spin, because that ball is going to be at the same time. But to play the game, you need to have some type of mechanism where you have some adjustability. So as we lift and play today, I need you to make sure that we'll start with a kid that has some type of lift. I need you to lift and try to get your knee to the center point or head that direction to help your coil. But then as I go, that happens at the same time I release the ball. You should be at the top of your load. So I'm getting to there, and once I'm there, then I'm going to move back to what position do you feel like you should hit from. So when we go through these drills where we get out there and try to hit from those different positions, we feel, is it there? Is it out here further? Can I do it? Forward move and land in the middle. That's the goal. I think to be able to land in the middle and keep my hands back and be able to rotate fully from a centered position, I think is how my lower body should work. My head should stay behind center to create the angles that we now need in our game. If I have my head forward, then my angle is down, and then I have to change from down to up in the middle, and then I have some tilt, and the conversations are endless with how you should do that. I believe that you should keep your head behind center. So as we practice on the tee, it's going to be important that we allow from point A to launch, from load to launch, that I give it 55 ticks of time worth. And don't try to be in a hurry and stick my foot down and try to swing. That I should be able to load and then move to and catch the weight. And now, if I keep my hips and I should be able to use everything that I've established. When kids do not have a forward movement, they don't grab the ground with the front side and pin my front hip and my front shoulder. I pin it to the ground. I'm going forward and I pin it to the ground where I have force on it, and now the rest of my body can release. If I don't pin my front side to the ground and I swing without it and my weight's on the back, I can still pivot, but this front side goes out first. It does make you faster. You can accelerate faster, but you're going in a bad direction. You're going right for a left-handed hitter and left for a right-handed hitter. We want this to go this way. So I'm going to pin my front side and allow the rest of my body to work back in the direction that the ball comes. If my head is forward, when I pin, then I'm going to be pushing down. If I hold my head back behind my center line, my belly button, my center of mass, I'm able to then turn and get behind the ball, but I'm still doing that, where I am catching myself on my front side. There is no more forward movement. Once my heel hits the ground, that's pinning my front side down, and now I can rotate and swing. Okay? Putting my body in those different positions is what makes the player the player. Not moving forward, not pinning your front side to the ground is a recipe for somebody that spins and comes off the ball, has bad direction. And so the first thing we need to establish is a good forward move, and then I can stretch, have some adjustability. I pin my front side to the ground, and now I can deliver with force. Force production. That's what we're trying to do. Not super fast and spinny. We want to put it in the ground and really apply force to the back of the baseball from any angle that we want. But I can't do that from back here on my back leg. The first thing that happens is my front side's out, and I can release my barrel fast, but I don't have the force vector, if you're in science class, to get behind the ball and going in a direction. I'm hitting it on a glancing blow because my direction is going opposite of or at a different angle as the ball is coming to me. So in today's drill, we want to make sure that we get out here to where I'm centered and I can squat and I can be in center position when I land. So I'm going to get out to where I feel comfortable, where I can really rotate, and then I'm going to start at a much narrower stance, and we're going to lift, hang, and move forward. That hang is important to give us 55 ticks of time before the ball arrives. So that's our lesson today, is establishing the time it takes and allowing our forward move to eat up those time frames so that I can take my good swing at the baseball. Water bags seem to be a big item. Being able to go load to launch and feeling my leg grab the ground and establish that move. This is a great way to feel it. If you try to do that, you'll feel your front side go out, and that's not what we want. But we do want you to practice going from your loaded position to a launch position. When we get our bat and our tee, we will get in position and then do a step back drill. Start narrow, step back, load your leg. That's the easiest way to get to a loaded position. And then move forward, back to center. And then we're going to swing the bat. Step back drill one more time. Step back. And you can see me take time to get centered and then swing the bat. I'm not diving forward. I'm simply floating. I'm eating up time as I get to launch. I'm not weight shifting. I'm floating, gliding calmly, trying to keep my head centered so I can see it. This is a hanging stride drill, which will be the last one. To make it look as game-like as you can, I need you to lift, hang in the air, move slowly to the ball. Once you get centered, keep your head behind your center line and swing the bat, driving the ball in any direction that you'd like. Pin your front side to the ground, have some adjustability, and be a better baseball player.